Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Today we're going to fight some more of the Disciples of Order in Ike's group, the second round. And then Raphael mentions that your friends are in trouble. What friends? Because Ike needs to fight for his friend. Oh, you three, yeah. So yeah, we have Tormod, Vika or Vika, I don't remember, and Miriam. After being missing ever since the first part, now they decide to show up. But, you know, they're so weak now that they're not worth using, I'm going to tell you right now. Funny you should phrase it that way, you soon-to-be Cinder. I like Tormod's actual, like, character, like, who he is, but as a fighter, he can't really do anything, just because, you know, that was good. The only difference you'll notice is, instead of Tormod having fire and elf fire, well, hold on. He'll have Arc Fire and Elf Fire now, so he got rid of some of the weaker ones, which we actually stole from him. And this guy's actually weak because he got hit twice. But it doesn't depend on how much you have or haven't leveled him up, just gonna say it now. So these are the required units, Ike, and then those three, sadly, are required. You definitely also... Stop going over there. You definitely want to use Heather, because you need to get all the treasure chests in this area. So for this battle, you really just don't want to bring anybody that'll slow you down. You do want to bring Raphael as well. He's not required, but you can get a character if you keep him. It's actually interesting who you get, and a lot of people didn't seem to know this when the game first came out. Put the horses up close to the front because they can't climb the walls, so they're going to have to go around. Keep Heather and Raphael near the back here. Put Rolf and Soren right here, Nahila right here. Alright, that looks good. So really the best thing to do is, for this first few turns in this mission, well, besides get rid of, you know, anybody you can, is try to get those three away from the main part of the fight, because like I said, they're pretty much useless now. Miriam's okay, but the other two are pretty bad. If you've got any Lagoos leveled up, then there's really no point in actually using them. Just thought I'd point that out. And I'm actually recording this one pretty close to after the desert level, like a day or so, which, you know, I'm probably just going to try to get most of the desert thing uploaded. This is the only time I had where my parents weren't making all their noise. I literally had to pay them to get out of the house. I'm not kidding. No, I don't want to, I do not want to glare, I want to shift. Thank you. Because this is my third attempt at recording. They just would not stop making noise. And it wasn't like working or anything. They were just like making a whole bunch of noise. My dad had the TV turned up much higher than it should have been, to the point where you could hear it literally with my door shut and with my headphones on, which is pretty bad because they're noise canceling headphones. So expect to see most of the recordings from now on, just whenever I can. And I won't be interrupted, so sorry about that. Not much I can do. Oh, one other thing. Tormod also comes with a meteor now, so if you want to use that, then go ahead, by all means. This is a fairly long level, I'm not going to lie. It's routing an enemy, and you have to go all the way up here. We're going to get into the boss in a second, because I believe there's like a little bitty cutscene in a second that, you know, goes over the boss a little. One other thing I did off screen, by the way, was I gave Mist a silver sword and Ike's old iron sword, because Floret is actually kind of running low on uses, and I don't want it to die on me. That wouldn't be nice. And she weapon leveled up to an S level. She just was barely able to get the silver sword. The silver sword's weapon level A, and her weapon level up until a second ago was A, so... But now it's S, so that's good. And the reason I killed that guy with Mist is because I want to get rid of this guy with Ike. Because he's probably got the best chance of hitting. He had a 76, because, you know, terrain disadvantage and all. Well, not terrain disadvantage, but height advantage, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's up to you. It's hard to believe. Believe it or not, guys, this is actually pretty close to being finished. You've got this level right here. After this is done, you have another level with Tabarn and Alencia. And it's really just, like, flat out grinding for EXP level. And you'll see why once we get there. And then you've got a multi-part level, but the multi-part level is actually the end game multi-part level. It's like 5 levels of the ending game. Alright, so the actual boss is Oliver. Hetzel's just here, like, talking to him. He leaves in a second. So we have good old Oliver, who we thought we killed in the last game, but apparently he's still alive. For those of you that don't remember, Oliver is a light mage. I believe if he has the same weapon from last game, he's going to have Nosferatu, which is an HP stealing light spell. But I don't know. I'm going to have to check in a second once the enemy takes their turn. We'll find out. Reinforcements on this map-wise, I don't think very many show up. If I remember correctly, a few might show up at the front area, you know, like right from where you start out, but I'm not sure, and I don't think so. I'm going to leave Tormod and his little crew over there. I think they'll be able to take a few units. Hopefully. If Miriam will definitely be able to take a few, but once they get there, I'm gonna let them revert back to normal, so I'm not wasting the Laguz gauge. I don't want them to have reinforcements show up and have no Laguz gauge power left. So yeah, that would not end well. And Miss got healing just because of that bonus level up thing. Rolf got to 60 HP. I believe that's the highest his HP can go, so that's good. Alright, that takes care of him. I don't know if this will hit or not. It didn't. I didn't expect it to. It's a Swordsmaster. They got pretty good evasion most of the time. Well, I know Nahila can take everybody in. Inside all these rooms, there are treasure chests, but there are also enemies. But you probably already figured that out. Now, I believe if you leave the doors closed, you don't have to rout the enemy that's inside there, but I can't guarantee that. If you recall, there's 2 ways to open doors. You can use the door key, or you can just break the door down with a weapon, or, you know, whatever you've got. Ether. I didn't want to have to deal with that crossbow. Crossbows are such annoying weapons. We've already been over this in the last episode, though, that they literally do not take skill to wield because they don't count as an actual bow, so anybody could technically use one. That's probably why most of them aren't very powerful. Yeah, you're not going to see any bow guns anymore. The crossbow is an improved version of that. So you're not going to see those. I'm going to use Vigor for the simple fact to give Raphael a little bit of EXP. I'm going to tell you right now, whenever you get to the end game, you're going to choose one of the herons to take with you. Only one of them will go. You're going to want to take Raphael, I'm just going to say it right now, because, you know, he can heal, or not heal, he can use Vigor or Bliss on everybody around him. You don't have to pick one player or 2, depending on if you choose Leanne or not. If you want to talk to him, you can, it'll say stuff like, you know, nice to see you again. I think Tormod will mention something about Ike being too tall again. Why is everybody getting so much taller than me? Stuff like that. Vika, you know, new character. She's not very interesting, so she just doesn't have a very interesting concept behind her. She like doesn't trust anybody, but it's not really as good as Leith not trusting anybody. You know, she actually has kind of a personality behind her, and Vika just doesn't really. Yeah, you just use that Arcwind, boy. I will admit the units at the top can be pretty annoying if you get swarmed. I believe one of them's got an L sleep because I have nearly lost a character because of the L sleep, because he kept getting swarmed. Alright, where are you? Oliver, yeah, he has Nosferatu. He also has a Silent Staff, which prevents you from using spells. It's not putting you to sleep. Where is he? Somebody's got it. Yeah, this guy right here has sleep. I think these just have psychics. This one has an unlock. I don't know why. So yeah, this guy right here is very annoying. Just open the door. Steel Great Lance. Steel Poleaxe. He has a chest key. Move back here. Well, since that's the only guy I can attack him with. I mean, I guess I could give that to Soren, but it's not really worth my time, so whatever. That's just a little bit of bonus damage, so I don't have to waste something else. Flare. But yeah, anyway, back to the project. It's actually pretty close to being over. My next project, the reason I haven't told you guys what my next project is, for those of you that don't know, you guys are actually choosing my next project, so don't be like, what the heck, man, you're not telling us what you're doing next. Well, yeah, you guys are choosing, not me. I have narrowed it down to the 3 games I want to do. I kind of want to do a shorter LP since Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn was really long, especially Part 3. That took a while. So I kind of want to have a shorter game. I might have 2 short games in a row. And you know, come to think of it, I actually kind of have it to 4. Like, I don't know. I've got 4 games that I have in mind. So, I don't know. One thing about Mist, I'm just going to say right now, since Mist is a healer, she's going to have high resistance. So, if you have to put her up against an enemy unit, put her up against a mage. They're not going to do near as much damage as a different player would. You know, like Swordsmaster or whatever. And yeah, I know we're taking the long route, but Rolf can handle himself. He's not an idiot. Rolf's just too awesome of a character to get himself killed. Yeah, go ahead. Arcfire? Yeah. Now, there are, like, special spells, like the Rex Caliber, Rex Flame, Rex stuff, but for enemy units, the strongest spell you're going to see, unless it's a boss, is going to be an Arc spell, so Arc Thunder, Arc Fire, Arc Wind. It's going to be the highest you see. Just a heads up. Oh, you actually hit me? Jerk. I figured the Swordsmaster might, but I didn't think he would. Yeah, I know you're gonna miss. Rolf getting hit twice in the same turn does not happen very often. The only time I've seen that happen is whenever he was asleep. Now, a Laguz might be the right person here to try to grab the chest if you're not going to use Heather, for the simple fact that, you know, if you use a Bjork, to use the correct term, you know, they've already got their weapons to carry. Like, Nihila, except for that chest key, I don't think she's carrying anything, because, you know, her weapon is Fang, or Great Fang. So, you know, she can hold several items, so it's not a problem. So in this first chest, we have a statue fragment, which, if you don't remember, the statue fragment will increase your build, I believe. Yep, build by 2. Good to know I can remember that. And since we don't need Heather right there, because the chest key works for 2 chests, not 1. I'm going to see if we can't move her up a little bit more. Okay, still got 7 uses on it. I usually try to keep track and, you know, make sure that I don't do something stupid and accidentally have a weapon break and only get to attack once. Alright, so I think that'll probably do it for this turn right here as soon as I move Raphael and Rise. So I'm going to end this first part off right here, and I will be back in a second, and we will keep on tracking with the level here. So, on that note, I will see you in a second.